I think there's a lot of advice that I could give entrepreneurs, but three pieces, if I had to boil it down, one of them would be know thyself. And that is a famous proverb that everyone needs to be self-aware and understand who they are. And especially when I teach the entrepreneurship module here at Ryerson, a big piece of that is understanding the characteristics of entrepreneurs and reflecting on whether you have those characteristics and whether you want to develop them, and whether you can be that determined person who won't give up and who will feel self-motivated and get up in the morning and not feel that they have to be told what to do. There's a lot of personality characteristics, and so knowing yourself, having that self-awareness is really number one. And the second piece of advice would be that not to give up, and the word is to pivot. Right? And what that means is that we don't fail when we're entrepreneurs. A certain business that we get involved in may not work out, but having gone through that process and experience of not maybe having succeeded with that business means we have a badge of honor, right? And we take that badge of honor with us to try something else out, and we don't give. And that's what I mean, not giving up. You may stop with a certain type of business that you're working on, or you may change the way you work on that business and change the approach with that business, but you're not giving up by moving on to another business. Right? You're giving up when you don't move on to another business and you just give up on being an entrepreneur. And the third piece of advice I would give is to get up every morning with a view to change the world. And if you get up with that kind of view, not only will you be an ethical leader and you will have everyone wanting to work with you, but you'll also feel energized and empowered, and that's what you need to be when you're an entrepreneur. You need to feel like you can do it every single day that you get up.
Great, thank you. Second question.
Absolutely. My father was a fantastic man. I always speak with him with so much pride. He's deceased now. He died when I was 19. But he was someone who was not only a corporate executive, but also a very successful entrepreneur. And that's because he was solid. He was solid like a rock. You could count on him. He was really intelligent. And another aspect of him was that he was an absolute ethical leader. So he believed in the people around him, and he respected everyone who worked with him. And I will tell you, he never said a sexist thing in his life. And he, was happy that he had female children, that he had girls, and so he was just someone you could absolutely respect on every level. And when it came to dealing with unions, for example, he taught me to respect the unions, and that's a very different view than a lot of managers take towards unions. So that's just one example, or a couple of examples with respect to women, with respect to unions, and the people who he has to work with.